Hi, Caitlin here from Enso Theater Ensemble, and for today's Monday Mindfulness, I wanted to share with you 3 sensory anchors that you can use to connect back to the present moment. So let's talk about what an anchor is. So an anchor is anything that connects you back to the present moment. So in a lot of mindfulness practices, this is the breath. And there's good reason for that. The breath is always present, you're always breathing, and it's always active, right? It's always changing. So for many people, this is a really useful anchor, but not for everybody and not every day. So on those days, I like to use these sensory anchors, and so I want to share them with you. So the first one is this candle. I also have used incense in the past. The thing about incense, though, is it can be really strong, can be kind of overpowering. So I found this scent that I really, really enjoy, and I use it at the beginning of my meditation. I just light the candle. I take 3 really big deep breaths in. Oh, I'm like already smelling it. Oh, God, it's so good. Or honestly, the other way I've used this candle is like I'm running out the door, but I've got 30 seconds and I'll just light the candle really quick and I'll take a quick deep breath in and I'll just remind myself that I'm okay and that I can check in and just sort of be wherever I'm at. And then I can blow out the candle and move on and go to my next thing. The key, of course, with any of these sensory anchors is to use them repetitively, right? And consistently. So if you're going to start using one, use it every time you meditate or use it every time you head out the door, right? It becomes part of your getting out the door routine is like, okay, I grab my coat and I put my shoes on and I light my candle and I take a deep breath in and then I blow it out and I head out the door. The reason for that is, right, is you want to create this sense of repetition because you're creating a sense memory so that every time, over time, every time you smell the candle, it immediately creates this sense of, okay, I've given myself this time to breathe, I've given myself this time to check in, and it reminds you to check in. Okay, so that's smell. The second sensory anchor that I want to share with you is sound. And for this, I have this really incredible, beautiful bell by a nonprofit in Portland, Oregon called Peace in Schools. And these guys are amazing. They teach mindfulness to teens, and I've been lucky enough to train with them. But even if you don't have a fancy bell, you can use literally anything that makes a sound. You can create an alarm on your phone that's associated with a sound that you really love. It could be a song. It could be, you could say it's going to be the doorbell, or it's going to be every time I hear the birds outside, I'm going to take a moment to breathe and check in, right? The idea is you're just associating a sound with time for me to check in. The way that I like to use the bell is I use 3 bells at the top of my meditation, and I use 2 bells at the end. In case you specifically want to use it for meditation, you can try that. Again, consistency is the key here, right? Making sure that at least, you could say for the next 3 months, or maybe even just for the next week, every time I practice this mindfulness practice, I'm going to use this bell. And then the last sensory anchor that I wanted to share, this is my newest addition to my mindfulness practice. This is just my mug. It's my favorite mug. And in the morning, I make myself tea, but you can do this with coffee or literally anything that's warm. Or even in the summer, I guess you could do something cold if you liked the touch of the coolness against your hands. And what I do is I fill the mug up with my warm tea, and I just sort of cup it in my hands like this and just sort of rest it in my lap or just in one hand on one knee. And so as I feel my thoughts sort of start to drift away, I just gently bring them back to the sensation of literally my hands against the mug and the warmth that I'm feeling against my fingers. And this is one of my favorite additions this winter because I get the SADs pretty hard and I'm cold like basically all of the time. And so adding this to my mindfulness practice was not only a helpful anchor, but it actually incentivized me to do my mindfulness practice because I'm not always super great about it. But like I got excited about, I'm going to get to hold this like beautiful warm cup of tea in my hands. And so just 3 anchors that you can try incorporating into your own mindfulness practice. If you do give them a go, please let me know in the comments below how it goes. And or if you have another anchor that you love to use, please share, because I love to hear about how other people are bringing their minds back to the present moment. And obviously, this doesn't have to just be done in meditation, right? This could be part of your ritual where you have your cup of tea, and before you turn on your computer, you put your hands around your cup of tea and you close your eyes and you take 1 breath in, right? And that's like your daily check-in. So think really small, think really simple, and think really achievable when implementing these into your daily life. And hopefully they will bring you a moment or two of peace and breath. And with that, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.